I don't know. I like to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, but my bat didn't get banged this time because I actually had a bat that had a huge dent in it. What weekend was that? The past weekend. And John came up to me and was like, hey, your bat got banged, so you're going to need to use someone else's. And so in that process, I can't just get one out of my locker because it has to be checked. So I was like, Stenson, dude, I'm going to need to use your bat. And he was like, go for it, dude. Get some knocks out of it. I'm like, okay. And then ever since then, it's history.
Didn't try Jax's. It seems like everyone's hitting well with that stick.
Ooh. Now I have to pass on that one.
How does one create a dent in a metal bat? How does that happen?
It's not on the barrel, so the dent was off my hands. So it means that I like to miss balls a little bit sometimes. So that's a huge indicator of where my swing's going and how the ball's getting pitched.
Over your success of the last few games, seeing a lot of first pitch swings from you. What's kind of your approach of attacking early?
Yeah, it's kind of just thinking like a pitcher sometimes of like pitchers like to get ahead early, and so it's kind of in the process of thinking about what he's going to try and get me early, because being a pitcher, most of the first pitch strikes, if it's an off speed, is just going to be a rolling breaking ball that they just want to get over for a free strike. But other than that, it's just a time to capitalize and not miss anything that's given to you over the plate. That looks very good.
What would you classify as your pitch?
Ooh. Something elevated.
Both your home runs tonight were on off-speed pitches, and they weren't first pitch hacking either. So what have been the changes in your plate approach to sit there and be able to see and read and react and then drive it out to left? Like, that's pretty darn impressive for you.
Yeah, it's something about just taking the AB and kind of rolling with it. You can't be a stubborn-minded hitter when you're at the plate sometimes, because it'll eat you alive if you don't get one pitch and you walk back to the dugout thinking like, oh, I didn't get this pitch, so why didn't I do good? It's a huge thing about approach when sticking to it, and also having a B, C plan whenever the count dictates it.
What has this success been like kind of emotionally for you? You came in as a really highly rated recruit, got hurt in your first couple of years here, didn't really get a lot of plate appearances, and now you're maybe living up to the billings that you had originally as a high school kid.
Yeah,
How is it for you?
It ties back to my walk with faith. Coming in here, I was a believer, but I wasn't necessarily a follower of Jesus. But it was making sure I had gratitude towards every day, because being injured, it was a sense of, wow, this sport could be taken away from me anytime. And I just want to make sure that every day with practice, off days, half days, game days, that I could really give it my all like it's my last day, and truly be thankful about every opportunity, because after every AB, I like to remind myself that I'm thankful for that opportunity that just happened, whether it was a good outcome or a bad outcome.
We've seen a lot of production from the bottom part of the lineup this last weekend to kind of get guys on base for you to hit them in. What have you seen from kind of, Cooney, Garati, those guys at the bottom?
Yeah, those guys are all dogs. I mean, like, it's cool that Waz like to structure a lineup not because of the hitters are at the top. He likes to structure the lineup that, granted, everyone can hit in our lineup too, and we got 5 guys on the bench that could also start for any team in the Big Ten as well. But it's awesome that he structures the lineup throughout the game and not just in the beginning of the game, because we all know that those bottom guys get on base 9 times out of 10, and it gives us the best chance to get some RBIs, and hats off to them for getting on base for us.
Did you earn any pizzas tonight?
Junior earned 2 again. So he called both of them again.
So you pick up a Big Ten Hitter of the Week as well as the national award for it from the National Collegiate Baseball. Did you just find out that?
I just found out the national. That's pretty sick.
What's your instant reaction to that, I guess?
When you tell me about that one, shout out to my freshman year catcher, Josiah Crumlick. But the last time I remember a national hitter winning it was Josiah winning it I think he had like 5 bombs in the first weekend. He was on pace to be like the next Barry Bonds, but it was kind of sick. But wow, I think that's awesome. I got honors like that, but it all ties back to the work and my faith and my teammates around me getting me better also.
Where were you when you found out about the Big Ten one? Just kind of walk me through that moment. Obviously, a big thing to win.
I think I was doing homework, and then Waz texted me, hey, congrats, Big Ten Player of the Week. And I go, oh, that's sick. And I just wanted to reach back out to him and say, hey, thank you for the process, and let's keep building on it and have the momentum going into Big Ten Conference.
How do you feel feeling going into Big Ten Conference? Not only that, but going into USC for next weekend.
Yeah, I'm feeling great. The ballpark that they're playing at isn't necessarily the home ballpark, but I've actually played there a lot in summer ball when I'm doing the CCL. So I feel like we have really good momentum, not only our bats, but also our pitching staff. Our pitching staff has been doing great. Back-to-back shutouts is a huge deal, and they also get to have they have 2 now pitchers BPs, so good for them.
Cohen came in for you in the 7th there and then struck out, and then I saw you talking to him after that at-bat. What were you saying to him, and what's that relationship like with him?
Oh, me and him are really close to the fact that I can tell him anything, and also he can tell me anything back, to where if we're both acting differently, then we know to get each other out of it, to where, hey, like, you're not at your best right now, and you just gotta stick with the process. But what I told him was that, hey, like, you're laying off some good balls. It looks like you have some good takes, and you just gotta stick with the process, because he's been taking really good ABs. And granted, he had a bomb this past weekend too. So it was just one AB for him. I know that doesn't dictate his whole career here.
It's your second multi-home run game of the year. I just kind of wanted to ask what that testament looks like, from all the hard work that you've put in from the off season to now.
Yeah, for sure. It's catching barrels out front. A huge part of my game was that I learned that as long as I have a good swing to the ball will fly. It may hit off the wall, it may go over, it may go to the 4-hole 110 miles per hour, but the whole thing is to make sure that I have a good swing to the ball, and eventually the ball will go out, whether it's the wind's gusting out or the wind's howling in.